Hi guys, Happy New Year from the Black Sheep National Office in Southern California. My name is Marty Edwards and I'm sending you this video and a checklist in regards to steps for mentoring and patching new members. We're seeing a lot of variations on the requests for people to become members, and we want to take this opportunity at the beginning of 2016 to make sure we're all doing it the same way, we're all on the same page. We want to make it as easy as possible, as clear as possible, and we want to make sure that we're getting the right members that will fit this ministry. Some of our folks have been leaving blanks on the applications. They're not signing the applications. They're offering shortcuts to people coming in. What should take 4 or 5 months for mentorship, people are passing in 4 and 5 weeks, and we're already starting to see problems with that. So I'd like to send you this video, and I'd like to tell you about some new tools that we have, and I'd like to send you this checklist, which I'm going to go through with you right now, just to make sure we're all doing it the right way. Number 1 on your checklist says getting acquainted. What we simply mean here is that when somebody approaches you or your chapter about becoming a member, suggest to them that they just take some time to get to know you and you get to know them. You can say something like, hey, we want for you to make sure that Black Sheep is what you're looking for. And so you kind of put it on them that you're giving them the opportunity to take a second look at you, while in truth you're also watching them and how they ride and how they interact with other people and even how much time they have to actually show up. And this process should probably take about 30 days. Number 2 says beginning mentorship. Now, assuming that all has gone well in the first 30 days, and these folks turn out to be pretty terrific people and they continue to express a desire to be in Black Sheep, then someone needs to now kind of make the formal start of mentorship. And that would be somebody simply coming to the board and or to the chapter president and saying, hey, you know, we've been riding with this fellow for 3 or 4 weeks now, and he seems like a real sharp guy, seems to love the ministry, seems to be a good fit. We'd like to start the mentorship process. And at that time, with the approval of the chapter president, mentorship actually begins. Now, this is kind of a moot point if you're an area contact, of course. You just need to decide yourself that it's time to begin, and then you can start the mentorship process. Let me say something to you about some of the tools that we have. Free to you is our mentorship book. We also have a book called Mentoring the Mentors. So that as a president, you say, look, I've got a larger chapter. I got 3 or 4 people that might be able to take on the process of mentoring. And so we have a booklet for you. It simply takes the mentorship booklet and gives some steps for how somebody might want to go through the process. Also, what we've just recently done, and I'm going to try to show it to you here, is we've hired a professional videographer to come in and to video me going through the 10 lessons. This is not meant to replace you, the mentor, but to give you a supplementary tool that they can use. We suggest that maybe before you begin, you say, listen, why don't you take the videos and watch video 1 and hear Marty Edwards talk about lesson 1, and then we'll get together and talk about it next week. And so it's kind of 2 opportunities to take them through the same material, and gives you more time to do more asking of questions and clarifying. And of course, they get to hear 2 voices instead of 1. This is what it looks like if I can show it to you here. It's simply a DVD set, and it has 3 DVDs in it. It's on the back. It's got a table of contents of what's in there. And in addition to 10 videos that match the 10 lessons, it also has a special bonus video in here on how Black Sheep got started, and we thought that that might be helpful for you. So the mentorship booklets are free. The 3 DVD booklet 11 lesson set is free to our area contacts. We're asking that our chapters consider sending a donation of $25 for them. The project as a whole cost us about $3,000, and $25 shouldn't be much of anything to a chapter, and that would, that times 60 chapters would really help us to to pay for this project, so we'd appreciate it. Now, we also want to tell you as a chapter, you can take this 3 DVD set, and you can make all the copies of it you want for your chapter. We don't want you spreading it around the community as a promotional item, but if you've got several people that want to be doing this and you've only got one set, you're free to make an additional set for yourself. We're not trying to make any money off of the DVD set. We're just trying not to be out $3,000 from our general budget. Number 3 on the steps for mentoring and patching members is the application. It says wait until you are several lessons into the mentorship before introducing the application. Any reservations about membership, like if someone's just not working out or they're not showing up, they're missing their appointments to be mentored, these kind of reservations that you're going to have are likely going to surface within the first few weeks. When the mentor is ready, then have the potential member fill out the application, and you need to secure all of their references. I mean, they'll get their references, they'll put the phone numbers on there, but you as the mentor need to check up on those references, including their pastoral reference. Now, a quick word about that. We understand that some of our people go to some very large churches, and it's going to be very difficult for their pastor to recommend them or even know them if it's a church of thousands of people. But remember that any good standing member of that church, a board member, a men's fellowship, a couples fellowship, a small group leader, anybody that can speak for them in that local church would be fine. But they need to have that on there, and we ask you not to, as the mentor, not only to check out their references, but specifically check out their pastor's reference as well. I would also say it wouldn't hurt at all if you just agreed to visit them one time at their church just to see what they're in. It'll tell you an awful lot about them. Their church and how effective their church is might have some insight for you as to what kind of a member they might be. So we recommend that as well. Checking the application. The mentor needs to check the application before the end of the mentorship, just in case there's something missing. You don't want to come up to the end of the mentorship process and then find out they've got 2 more weeks of work to do to get their application filled out. So be checking that out as they go. And when all the spaces are filled, there's no reason any of the spaces should be empty. When the application is completely filled, you want to specifically make sure of 4 things: that it is signed by the mentor, that it is signed by the chapter president, and that it is signed by the applicant, and that all the references have indeed been called. If the chapter president and the mentor are both the same person, then go ahead and sign it twice. That way we know that it's not somebody missing, but that it was the same person doing that. Area contacts, of course, take the place of a chapter president. You can just sign it as both the mentor and just draw a line through where it says chapter president, or you can write in area contact, whatever you want. Number 5, there's been a little bit of confusion about the fees and the patches, so let's look at that. Number 5 says, now that the application has been checked and approved, send the application and the fees to the national office. The fees are the first year's dues, $84 for a single or $144 for a couple, plus whatever extra patches they may choose to order. Mandatory patches include the front and the back patch, which can be new or used, the chapter patch, and their name patch. Let me tell you something about these used patches. When we rarely receive a set of patches back from a person who's been a member of Black Sheep for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, that doesn't happen very often, but when we do, and they're pretty rough, we simply cut them in half and throw them away. But we're trying to slow down this business of people joining Black Sheep and quitting within the first 6 months of the first year. But when they do, their patches are perfectly good, and we hang on to them. And we'll sell them to you for less than half the price of brand new patches. They look great, they sew on great, and they've actually got a little sun wear on them, which maybe gives you a little more street credit. So we're making that as an offer to you as well. So the chapter patch and the name patch and all the patches are been paid for, and all the other patches that are optional, they've ordered those as well. But patches will not be issued without a complete and approved application, and that includes all the signatures. We're actually going to take the the application and send it back to you if a reference hasn't been, if a pastoral reference isn't there, if a president's reference isn't there, if somebody hasn't signed it. Now, once you get this and you're ready to process it, number 6, processing. Once the application is approved at National, the name patch and chapter patch are custom ordered. We don't have any way of custom ordering those in advance. So we have to wait until the order comes in, and that takes about a week. So understand that if you send it out on the 1st, we're going to get it on the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, and then it's going to take another 7 days for us to actually get those patches back to us, packaged and put in the mail. And of course, you got to count for weekends where none of this happens. We're going to ask that you plan ahead for your patching ceremonies and give yourself plenty of time to receive the patches that you want in a timely fashion. Number 6 says that once the application is approved at National, we already talked about that. Sorry about that. Number 7, patching your new member. When you receive your new member's patches, we want to encourage you to plan for a meaningful time to present their patches, to review the pledge with them, and to pray over that person or that couple as well. You might even choose to anoint them with oil and lay hands on them and pray for them. Please make sure that they understand at that time what it takes for their vest to be compliant with our bylaws. I know it may sound silly, but we actually see some brand new members walking around with things on their vests that aren't supposed to be there. We're going to hold you, the president, or you, the area contact, responsible for that. So please make sure that everything is done according to the bylaws. If you have any questions, you can call us here at the office Tuesday through Friday, about 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock every day, 9 to 4 every day. We do close on Friday at noon because we're usually wrapped up ourselves in other weekend events for Black Sheep. Guys, we want Black Sheep to be the best run motorcycle ministry in the country. We want to do things right. We want to do things professional. We want to offer the best resources that we can. And so thank you for taking the time to look at this video, to look over these checkpoints, to order your DVD package. I think it's going to be very helpful to you and very supportive of what you're going to be teaching in the mentorship lesson. And one last thing I want to tell you about is that every Tuesday morning, we pray. There's usually about a half dozen of us here in the office, in my office, praying for your prayer requests that you sent in for your members, for your HOG members, for your needs in that local chapter. I have a whiteboard up on my wall that has a list of prayer requests that we prayed for just this morning and every Tuesday morning. Let us know how we can support you in prayer. Also, if you've got the time, I tell you what's really encouraging to our guys is I leave my phone on during prayer, and I receive text messages of prayer requests and even just encouraging remarks that say, hey, here we are in Georgia, here we are in Washington, here we are in Maine, praying alongside of you right now, 10 a.m. Tuesday morning, Pacific Standard Time. And that's really encouraging to us, and we'll certainly respond back to you with a great big thank you. Let's be a people of prayer. Let's be a people of quality. Let's build a wonderful motorcycle ministry, one that would glorify and honor God. God bless you guys. Have a fantastic 2016. See you at ILS. Please ride safe and just shine for Jesus. Just shine for Jesus. God bless you. Bye-bye.